Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you again. Thank you for all the nice comments, towards the topic, interesting insights you give me as well. So thank you. And whew, another part of my teeth story is going to be about my side effects and actually how I work, how how I come in my mind that that's what's happening to me. I hope I can get my speech going. So everything was over, so I was like for almost year getting my teeth out, and then 3 years I waited for uh, be able to go to dentist. First I couldn't because of the COVID. The COVID actually was for 3 years, and then I still couldn't go for a while because I was not well enough to go. This is the list, and this is maybe I forgot something of all the side effects. I didn't count them. Anyway, how it started, me and Mango, I don't actually know exactly how many mm, days or months after I have a last local anesthetics from the dentist, when I get this big dose. My voice seems to be tight today. It was a drama. Some things just doesn't work for me. For a long time I waiting, and when it arrived, it was nothing. So it's okay, I'm okay. Ki- I was really good because I handled it very well. The big disappointment of the day, but that's okay. It's just good. It's just happened. And I want to live. I want to be happy. I want let it to get me. This world is enough for me to stand against. So, there's a lot of things I find difficult here. It's not my planet. But, I know I'm supposed to talk about the side effects. So me and Mango, we went to see the friends. They were moving house, and I asked them if I can pick some cuttings from their garden. They said no worries. We came over and we chatted for a while. I was feeling perfectly normal as always, and so I got up. I went for a walk to get those cuttings, to stroll around the garden, and suddenly I felt like really weak. And I thought, that's strange. But I didn't have to go far where I was heading first. I said, okay, I just go there and I sit there and write what's happened when I rest for a while. So I rested and I was back to normal. So I got up again, I walked to the plant, I got a few cuttings. I have to sit down again. I, um, I did this maybe 3 times. I was in the same area. There was a lot of things I wanted. No, no, more than 3 maybe. And then I walked back. I said, well, when I feel like this, it's no point to keep doing it. So I went back, I sit down, I talk for a while. And they said, oh, you sure you have enough? And I said, yeah, that's plenty and stuff. But then when we were going home, they were going with us, our friends. And they would, there was a front garden and say, would you know, maybe you would like this or this as well. And I said, yeah, okay, that one is good. And they will go and pick it for me, actually. And when we walked towards we were sitting on a backyard, and when we was walking to the front yard, I have to hold on a wall because I felt incredibly weak, incredibly weak. And also my breath was getting really short, like, like this. And I walked very slowly. And uh, that was scary feeling. I never experienced that before in my life. And I was wondering, my goodness gracious, what's happening to me? But always, all I need is rest for like, half a minute, and I can keep going for another minute. And this is the first thing which um, happened to me. And later on, I learned it was one of the side effects I suffered from dentist local anesthetics, where they were given to me during my teeth extraction. So the medication I mentioned in the last video. That's the one I was taking for rest of the treatment. Who is interested can look at the previous video. There is whole list of them. And now I'm going to name all the side effects, and with each one, whatever comes to me, I will add and see what comes out of it, and I will continue from it. So, anxiety. I'm not anxious person. I'm more like panicky person. I may be anxious if something doesn't go against the plan, and I found out in the last minute, then it throws me out of my balance and I get bit in panic mode. Oh no, what I'm going to do now, which never lasts long, or I may be anxious, that uncomfortable feeling. But nothing unusual, I can say, nothing out of control. The panic can get out of control, but only under certain situation, and that's not what I want to talk about it now. So that anxiety, it wasn't as bad as the other things. The the strength of it was weak, and I would not have that often. The side effects will come and go, and some of them will last for longer durations, some for them for shorter. So this anxiety, it again, it was nothing I could not handle and somehow control, even if it was under side effect. But I may have a moments where they were difficult for me, and I may get really anxious. So maybe because I never experienced, this is the thing, I never experienced such a discomfort as far as far my body goes, my overall health. Like it was for me that on its own would bring anxiety. And because of that natural anxiety plus side effects, I would put it there as a mild one and didn't come often enough, which was very welcomed by me, like unwelcome guest in your house. All those side effects were very unwelcome guests in my house. So another one, I put few together, burning sensation. Thankfully, that came only like 10 times all up, like maybe once in a month, once in a 2 months, something like that. And it was, where is my body weakest? That's my feet. And yeah, I think I only got it on my feet. But the burning sensation, like they were really in the fire, just like that burning sensation. And usually it was in the shower. I used to put cold water on it. Nothing like that helped. It was very painful. Of course, it wasn't as painful as, but painful enough, uncomfortable enough. Thankfully, it will come and go. It wouldn't be like in a long, big blocks of that sensation. So, but in the end, I learned that uh, I found the ways how to ease it or even make it disappear, at least for the day. Citrus. Okay. Confusion. This is the second one already, where it affects your mind, our motherboard of our entire being. From the brain, everything is signal to our body. Without brain, we can't operate. We can't function. If the brain stops function, that's it. You wouldn't know how to move your hand, how to blow your nose. So Second one, confusion that I had on and off as well. I had it often, much more often. I was more aware. Maybe because also I'm not very confused person. There are people who would not know even what to believe, or even what they believe, they doubt. Like Mango, he used to doubt everything, even things he believed. He said, don't quote me for it, or don't believe me, don't believe anybody, don't believe me, it doesn't mean because I said it's true and stuff like this. I speak with confidence. If I say something, I stand by. I don't say, maybe it's that way, maybe that way, I'm not sure. Like, I am sure. It doesn't mean that I may not be wrong, but I am sure. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me, I can see that. Of course, I embrace the truth. But so far, because I was searching for truth and love for my life, I think I got some information. Of course, not all information, but anyway. So confusion, and that was funny feeling because that was something for me very unknown. As I said before, anxiety, I knew anxiety, that night before the exams and all that. We all know that. But this is different story. This is confusion, which I'm usually not. If I don't know something, I look into it and I may say, well, I didn't find the answer or I don't understand it, but I don't see it as confusion. I see it like something for some reason I didn't get, and so be it, whatever happens. Maybe one day I will get it or not. I can still live. I can still enjoy my life anyway. But the confusion for me, that's not a good feeling. I'm really sorry for people who suffers that a lot. Um, it must be difficult to live with because I know I was here wondering, like, totally without aim. I get up for something and I said, oh, I want to clean something. And I didn't know where to start, what to do, how to do it. It's not like, of course, I knew I have to get some rag and make it wet and dust visit the dust. Not on that level. It was like, it's so difficult to describe it. It wasn't like I didn't know what to do, yet it was like, as if I don't know where to start, where to go first. I couldn't get organized in that task. So that was so curious to me, that confusion. And I was well prepared. When I had that, I was even saying, this is so funny. I go for something, I take it, and then I got the idea, do something else. And I just can't get to it, like my mind around it. Strange, very strange. I only notice it not with my ideas, like I'm confused if God exists or not, or I'm confused if Freud's diet is right or not. Not that kind of confusion. action, confusion in action. When I want to do something, it was like kind of very weird, very unpleasant feeling. Also scary to know that this is done just purely by some medication injected into my body, and how the reaction of it is so vicious. So I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Mm. Also continuing ringing in the ears. I said to Mango, I getting this ringing in the ears, and Mango said, "Oh, I think I have it all the time, but I'm not. I learn to ignore it. So only if somebody mention it, I'm aware of it." This is interesting. This is goes with what I shared with you in the past videos, that he would block everything. That's how he would deal with the conflict. He would block it. He wouldn't go there. So I am very intuitive person, and I am very in, I may say I'm in a good relationship with my body. I have a good awareness. I really can see what my body does or doesn't, and um, I really see the reaction, whatever I put into my body. I'm aware how that my body reacts to it. I'm very observant. I find it very interesting. So, so that was that ringing in the ears. And I thought, and things, I lie down, I just relax, switch off. I think they call it meditation, and see what comes to me. And it came to me that while I was at the dentist, I often have my mouth open as much possible, like crocodile, for a long time sometimes, because that tooth doesn't want to get out. It's a hard work. So hmm, I can't believe it. This is what humans do. It's totally insane, I think. But anyway, I shouldn't say that, but I said it. Here it is. So I thought, that's not natural. Who does that naturally? Have a mouth open like this. And so what I done, I thought, because the ears are close to your jaw when they meet, you know. Oh, Bože můj. So I thought, I'm just going wiggle like this, my jaw. This is like in a mirror, I can't do it on the other side. This is so funny. I'm not good with this mirror imaging. Like this. As much I could, as much my jaw let me. And you know what? It worked. It worked. Soon as I juggled with my jaws for a while, the ringing in the ears was gone. I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it a bit, that ringing in the ears. So I was so happy. Things, when I need them, they naturally come to me like this. Not always, but very often. Very often. And I don't know how often they don't happen because when they not happen, of course, I'm not aware because they didn't happen. So I couldn't be even aware. I can't be aware of something which didn't happen. Anyway, cough, coughing. Yeah. Another side effect, coughing. So side effect coughing was on and off, and it never was in a so bad that I could not handle it. It was never this choking you cough or anything like that. Also, that wasn't something I would have so often. Maybe I said that already. Doesn't matter. I wouldn't have that so often. Mhm. Degrees, decrease of, sorry, because it's so old that in the band there, it's written by the pencil. I like the pencils for writing. Mhm. Decrease of the frequency and amount of urine. So yeah, and that happened on and off for at least 4 years. But also not all the time, but often enough. Sometimes it would be different thing, and that would be difficulty in passing urine. They call it also dribbling, like you bursting, you need to go, you sit there and it just drip, drip, drip and pops your ankle, that's all you're getting. Very scary. Your body. It was scary for me when my body um, start doing those things I never experienced. I didn't even know people can have stuff like this happening to them. And yeah, it freaked me out. So that was also on and off. Yeah. It was taking turns with this decrease in frequency, this dribbling, and some days it was normal. Discouragement. It was like I had no will to do, to care for anything, including myself. I was like kind of zombie in my mind. There was nothing. It wasn't like I was bad or anything. It's just like more like nothing matters really. Um, I have no energy, mental energy to try do anything because I think it was already naturally given by my condition, my health condition, a few months after getting the, jak se tomu říká, the local anesthetics. So I was like, whatever. Whatever. Not very nice feeling. And that's another one which is affecting mental health. They all do, but I mean directly. Okay, máme anxiety, confusion, and discouragement. Also, this is the feeling. This may not have to be necessarily the condition at the time, that day. And that's general feeling of illness. So even I may be okay that day, I would feel like I'm very unwell. And that's interesting mind, false information. So powerful. Restlessness. Yes. Restlessness, that also comes from the mind. I think. I think it originates in the mind and the body reacts to it. You just can't be in one place. You need like now. I was like zombie, restless zombie. Imagine that. No energy. Yeah. Short of breath. No energy. I had moments when I was lucky, happy, thankful that I have a energy to wheel myself on a wheelchair, very good quality wheelchair, to the bedroom to go to toilet. And that was big effort, big effort. It was incredibly hard work to do that. And imagine feeling restless on such a level of energy, what it does for you. Okay, no good. And I felt like I want to go out and I couldn't. I couldn't go in the garden. I couldn't go see anybody. I couldn't go to markets. I couldn't go nowhere. Only to toilet and back. with a lot of effort. Headache. I don't get headaches. I get only headache when I'm surrounded by a lot of toxins, like in a freshly painted house, or it doesn't have to be a whole house, just two walls in one room, one wall in one room. Um, I was recently with one girl in a car. She was my home care help, and her car was so laden with chemicals, the perfumed chemicals, the cleaners, whatever they are. I spent in that car half an hour going in there. Anyway, all up, 1 hour and a half with the breaks between. My head was pain in pain. My eyes was itchy till all next day, only towards the evening it starts settling down. And this was similar thing, the headache, like yeah, headache from some chemicals, but they wasn't coming from outside this time, they came from inside. Maybe releasing themselves, going more back into the bloodstream to get whatever the organs do to clean the blood, to clean the body from toxins. That headache, yeah, okay, sorry. I just thought of something. I hope I remember I go back to that headache because I will tell you more detailed story about some of those side effects later on. I just today want to make sure I tell you all about them because I usually take my time and I don't want to feel pressure. I want to do it on my own. Yeah, okay. So also stiff neck or back, especially neck. I had that a lot. I still have that sometimes. But that's okay. It's nothing I can't live with. It doesn't restrain me so much. The pain is not so bad. It was no good when it was there every day, all night. But now I have it on and off for 2, 3 days, maybe twice a month, thrice a month, depends. It doesn't have a precise term. Yeah, and weakness of the muscles, that's already what I was saying, that feel really weak, can't pick up energy. You know, I remember when I first time was could, after years, I managed to get on a veranda here, just from the living room one step out, to water pot plants on a veranda. And it 2 liter, on maybe 1 liter and a half, I think only the watering can. I hold it in my hand and my hand was doing this. And when I saw it, I said to myself, good job, Mepivacaine. You know, I felt all my life, full of beans, so full of beans. And suddenly, just because I meant well, I got such surprise, such an ugly experience. I felt sorry for everybody who's taking any medication because they've been told they need to. I didn't know better. I didn't know what to do. I knew it's wrong what I'm doing. But if I didn't do it, it would be wrong too. And I didn't ever give a 10,000 to somebody who maybe do some natural time-killing injections. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I don't want to really get into this. It's it's just this world, and we all in it, and we all have our things to worry about, I suppose. Weakness of the muscles, yeah, to build and weakness. Vomiting, throwing up, vomiting. I never threw up, or if maybe once or twice, but I don't recall it. But I was going in last 2 years, about 3, through the such a heavy duty detox. It comes, I will address that too later on, maybe in next video, because that's interesting. But I never threw up. I would feel it though, and that's not nice too. Every woman who was pregnant and have a morning sickness know what I'm talking about. Feeling like throwing up, but I had it not only in the morning, I have it all day. That was hello from the juice. All day, every day, and I was thinking about those pregnant women. I really felt for them. I said, you have it difficult, but the reward is beautiful. Okay, and now this is the one nobody wants. Loss, loss of bladder and bowel control. Not only that, often when I eliminated the pain in my low stomach, abdomen, I think they call it, was excruciating, very, very big. But I know how to breathe, how to do this. From the pain, I used to sweat. I got like hot and sweaty. Sometimes man would have to put a wet towel. I told him, make a wet towel, put it over me. Um, so I can, that powder helps me with this. And that's something to I want to go back to in detail. There is a few of them. I will come back in a future video and tell you in a detail things. Not only what was happening, but how I dealt with it. Just like how I dealt with that ringing in the ears. Another problem was lack of appetite. No good, no good. Because the less I ate, the more my body was detoxing. Because really, that's what they are, those side effects. They come when your body starts detoxing those severe detox toxins. I mean, they coming out from the body, and there's so much of them uh, collected to get out that it could be very difficult to bear for one person. So there is a story with the losing appetite as well, which is also connected to digestive system. You know, our appetite, if you have a big one, small one, whatever you, or none, it it is connected to our digestive system and often to our mental, our state of mind, I should say. Because also our mind, how we feel, can make us constipated or give us diarrhea, and all those mental problems can show physically after some time if they not addressed. So lack of appetite, coming to the end, weakness, yeah, and problem sleeping. So in all and all, I felt all my body functions went fully out of the whack. It's like if you take, you know, those nice watches that our grandpas were wearing in the pockets, the grandpas of the old people, that is. It's like if you get them, throw them on the ground, and they burst open and they spread all over the place. That's how I felt happened within my body. Something just explodes there, big time, and now my body doesn't know how to eliminate, how to sleep, how to eat. My brain sometimes how to think properly. It was influencing my brain in a negative way. So, you know, I feel like anxious, I felt restless, I felt, oh my God. Plus, dealing with the reality of the situation, you know, plus I was isolated here. Not many people come in here. I didn't even want people coming in here when I was sick. They came on the beginning because they were curious when Mango told them, you know, what's wrong with me, and then they come because, yeah. Anyway, I go there. I don't want to go there today. That's a big story, and but interesting experience. I have to experience it for a reason. I knew this can be dangerous, what I done. I took a risk and I fight for it, and I learned on this kind of level, never take the risk, because now this is the reason why I end up on a wheelchair, because I could not walk. I was lucky to drag myself into that wheelchair and wheel myself on very easy with very good quality wheelchair surface, not far at all into toilet. And this is the first time in my life when I knew how old people feel. And I discovered if we feel the age, it's not the age. No, it's because you unwell. If you feel old, it is because you unwell, not because you are old. This is really true. That's why we say you feel, you always as you feel like, and something. It's just like really. So we're not aging, we're just getting more and more sick, more and more sick. And, so true is, I don't look well, I don't look as I should, and it's not only because the poison I got, it's not only because the side effects and what they done to me, what they done to my body, but I still have them, not all of them, and you will learn more details as we go. It's already, the video is already long. I better go because I need to say my goodbyes to you. It's always difficult. I find difficult to say goodbye, so let's let's see what today comes to me to give you message and myself about love. The love is good to cultivate in our heart because even when something wrong happened in our life or we perceive it wrong and we perceive it still with the love in our heart, we understand it didn't happen for a reason. I may not understand the reason right now, but I may get it later on. So with the love, you always, I believe, if I walk by love, I always go on the right path because love is the best thing I can have. So if I go on the best path on this earth possible, I'm blessed. I have it all. I have it all. I don't need anything else than love in my heart, and the rest will just come to me because that's how I am. And if I, in some weird moment, hurt somebody, I always apologize. And I learned some people, they're not interested in my apology. So then I learned they're not interested in me either. Because, you know, I would appreciate, I personally appreciate the apology if somebody deliberately or not mistreat me. But I'm not expecting from others to be like me or think like me. But I would love if people understand we have the love in our heart if we cultivate it, if he doesn't let that shadow of darkness over it, and if it start creeping up, you say, "Shh, go away, I don't want you." It may be difficult sometimes, but then it feels good. when the difficulty is broken. That's how it for me anyway. That's how it works for me. I had a nice week of rest. I needed it. My sprung foot healed really well. It's still a bit blue. It's still painful. I don't use it as normal, but I use it already bit there and there, and that's very good. And I wish you all best. Lots of love in your heart, and approach everything with love. If you're not sure about some decision, that's what I do. When I don't know what to do, how to decide, I think, is that way of love or no? It's that something which is going to be good for everybody involved or not? Stuff like this. It works for me, and I believe the love works for everybody. I think everybody needs and wants love. What do you think? Anyway, I'll let you go. Look, I have a good resting week, but I'm tired. I feel like I want another 2 or 3 because things are still going pear-shaped, fair bit in organizing things so I can live here. And who knows where the life takes me. I have a big problem because I live in an isolated area to get some help with computers so I can make better quality of videos here and for other things, of course. So I have to wait and see. Maybe I have to change the company who's helping me. That's still in the stars. But one thing I know for sure, I will treat everybody with love and I will practice patience and I will believe the best thing they still waiting for me. The best things for me, they are on the way. They didn't arrive yet, but the good things are here already because I can be more happy than unhappy. Okay, I have to go. Bye, my friend.